There are 24 million millionaires in America, almost 1 in 5 households. The guy who fixes your car, your kid's third grade teacher, the couple down the street with the dented minivan. A third of them got there in just the last 8 years. So answer me honestly, if becoming a millionaire is so hard, how are there so many of them? It was never hard. It was just steady. And somewhere along the way, someone convinced you those were the same thing. This is Steve. Steve earns $62,000 a year, which is almost exactly the median for a full-time worker in this country. He drives a 9-year-old sedan with a dent he keeps meaning to fix. He packs his own lunch. And if you ask Steve whether he'll ever be a millionaire, he wouldn't even hesitate. No, not maybe. Never, because in Steve's head, millionaires are founders or trust fund kids, or the kind of lucky that doesn't happen to people like him. By the end of this video, you're going to watch the exact moment that belief falls apart. Down to the dollar, down to the year. But before we get to Steve's number, we have to fix the word itself, because almost everyone has it wrong. When you hear millionaire, you picture a yacht. Here's the truth. $1 million doesn't even put you in the top 1% anymore. Not the top 1%. To get there, you'd need around 11 million. $1 million today isn't the yacht. It's a paid-off house and a retirement account that quietly grew while its owner did absolutely nothing interesting. The bar isn't a velvet rope. It's a door most people walk past every day, assuming it's locked. So let's be precise about what easy means, because I'm not about to tell you to manifest a Lamborghini. Easy doesn't mean fast, and it doesn't mean exciting. Easy means simple and nearly automatic. The mechanism that turns an ordinary salary into $1 million is so plain it fits on an index card, and once it's running, it mostly runs without you. The reason it feels impossible is that you've been told 3 lies. 3 beliefs that make a simple thing look like a mountain. We're going to take them down one at a time. And somewhere in the middle, Steve becomes a millionaire right in front of you. The first lie is that you need to earn a lot. That getting rich is about the size of the paycheck. It isn't. Your salary is just the size of the hose. What actually matters is whether you ever bother to turn the tap on, your savings rate. And watch how little it takes. Steve earns $62,000 a year. Let's have him do one boring thing, save 15%. That's $775 a month going into an investment account. And here's the part nobody mentions. Because most employers match part of what you put in, only about $500 of that actually comes out of Steve's own pocket. The rest is free money his job hands him for filling out a form. Now we leave it alone in a plain index fund, no stock picking, no trading, no genius, earning roughly 10% a year, which is about what the US stock market has averaged over the long run. How long until Steve's account statement reads $1 million? 25 years. Not 50. Not never. 25. Steve starts at 30. He's a millionaire at 55, on the same salary, in the same dented car, having never once done anything clever with money. And that's the slow version, because we held his contribution flat for 25 years. Steve will get raises. If he just keeps saving the same 15% as his pay drifts up, not more discipline, just refusing to shrink the percentage, he crosses $1 million closer to 22 years. Early 50s. Now I owe you the honest footnote because running the real numbers is the entire point of this channel. That million in 25 years is the number printed on the statement. But 25 years of inflation means it won't buy in the future what $1 million buys today. If you want $1 million in today's purchasing power, you use a more conservative 7%. And it takes Steve about 31 years instead. Other channels quietly use the bigger, faster number and never tell you the difference. Now you know it exists. And here's the thing. It barely changes the verdict. 22 years, 25, 31. The answer to will an ordinary person on an ordinary salary become a millionaire is yes. Almost automatically. The only thing in question is which birthday. And if that sounds too clean to be real, look at who actually pulls it off. The people sitting on $1 million in a workplace retirement account right now are, on average, 59 years old, and they've been saving for about 26 years. That isn't a theory I drew on a whiteboard. That's Steve's exact path, playing out in real accounts by the hundreds of thousands. Lie number 2. You need to pick winners. Okay, so income isn't the wall. Then surely the hard part is knowing what to buy. Picking the right stocks, timing the market, spotting the next big thing before everyone else. This is the second lie, and it's the most expensive one people believe because acting on it actively makes them poorer. The people who actually build the million don't pick winners. They do nothing. Think of your money like a tray of fresh cookies. The more you handle them, the more they crumble. Every time you sell, switch, panic, or chase a hot tip, you knock a little off the edge. A tax here, a bad timing loss there, a fee in between. Handle the tray enough times, and there's barely a cookie left. Here's the proof. The last time the market got genuinely scary, how many retirement savers reacted and shuffled their investments around? 5.5%, which means 94 out of every 100 did the single hardest thing in all of investing. Absolutely nothing. They sat on their hands and let the boring index fund do its job. That's not luck. That's the strategy. So those guys in rented Lamborghinis telling you to take big swings while you're young, to find the one bet that changes everything. They've got it exactly backwards. The swing was never the strategy, the sitting still is. The boring index fund that owns a slice of 500 companies will, over a few decades, quietly beat almost everyone who tried to be clever. Which brings us to the loudest lie of all. The game is rigged, the system is fixed, and people like me just don't get to win. It's the most emotionally satisfying lie because if it's true, none of this is your job. But the data is brutal about it. 24 million millionaire households, almost 1 in 5. If the game were truly rigged against ordinary people, that number would be tiny. It's enormous. And a third of it appeared in just the last several years. Zoom in tighter. More than 650,000 people have $1 million sitting in a workplace retirement account. Not founders, not executives, employees. People who filled out a form once, picked the index fund, and then left it alone for a couple of decades. The big banks even have a name for this group now: everyday millionaires. People who got there quietly, who still clip coupons and buy the store brand cereal, whose own neighbors have no idea. They didn't beat the system, they just used the boring, unglamorous part of it that was sitting in the open the whole time. The door isn't locked. Most people simply never try the handle. So if it's this simple, if the math basically does itself, why isn't everyone a millionaire? Here's the honest answer, and it's the whole reason the word easy makes people angry. It isn't the math that's hard, it's the behavior. And there are exactly 3 ways people break the machine. 1, they don't start. This is the cruel one because time is the engine doing almost all the work. Every year you wait, the finish line doesn't just sit there. It sprints away from you because the money you didn't invest at 30 is the money that would have compounded the longest by 60. Waiting isn't neutral. Waiting is the single most expensive thing you can do. 2, they touch it. They start the machine, and then a few years in they cash it out, or borrow against it, or pull it for an emergency that wasn't quite an emergency. Every time the money comes out, the compounding resets, and the cookies crumble all over again. 3, lifestyle creep. The raise arrives, and instead of the 15% quietly riding up with it, a bigger car payment swallows the difference. The income grows, and the saving never does. 5 years of raises, 0 progress. Notice what none of these are. None of them are math problems. None of them require intelligence, luck, or a high income to solve. They're patience problems. The hard part of becoming a millionaire was never understanding it. It's the long, dull stretch between knowing what to do and actually leaving it alone long enough to work. So let's go back to Steve. Same $62,000. Same dent in the door he still hasn't fixed. Same guy who told us, flat out, that people like him don't become millionaires. He was wrong. And not because he turned out to be secretly special. He was wrong precisely because he didn't have to be. The ordinary salary was enough. The boring index fund was enough. The 15% he barely noticed leaving was enough. All it ever asked of him was that he start, leave it alone, and let his raises ride. Here's the part worth keeping. $1 million was never a gift. It isn't handed to the smartest, the luckiest, or the best born. It's a choice. One small, unremarkable choice. Repeated about 360 times. One paycheck after another. You can't really be proud of a gift. It was given to you. But a choice you make 360 times in a row. That's something you built. So the only real question was never whether you can. The math already answered that. The only question is whether you will. Will you keep waiting, or will you start this month? Will you chase the next hot thing, or will you sit perfectly still? Will you spend the next raise, or will you let it ride? Becoming a millionaire isn't hard. It's slow, it's quiet, and it's deeply unglamorous. And that, exactly that, is why it's easy. If running the real numbers instead of selling you a fantasy is something you want more of, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.